Local San Antonio rapper. Started in 6th grade. I've been doing it for like shit since middle school.
That's a long time.
I know.
Damn.
And it's taken me places, man. You know, I've left the city, I've left the state for music purposes, and that's when you feel most like an artist. You know, just fucking getting out there shooting videos with people. When I describe my style, I call it alternative hip hop, and it's just like, you know, on the surface, you just hearing me spit, it just sounds like, you know, your typical hip hop, but I feel like I'm really verbose, and I'm just abstract. I use just a lot of abstract concepts. The album I just dropped, Auditorium Emporium, it's like the whole concept behind it is just
very dope.
It's self abstract. It's a house. It's just like it's like a fucking amusement house of different sounds, and every song is just something that the Emporium comprises. It's funny because like I kind of feel like, especially with like if you're hearing my music, I don't think you'd be able to tell that I'm from San Antonio. I really don't stand out as like a San Antonio artist. I'm just an artist who happens to be from San Antonio. As far as a person though, I feel like it's more like the area I grew up in rather than the city as a whole. But like, you know, just the different hoods that I lived in throughout my life. You know, I moved a lot growing up. I didn't really have like that stable of a place. And just the hood and the school I went to, man, really just shaped who I am. The people I chose to like stick myself around. You know, a couple of them I work with now musically, and like it's just a dream that I had and we followed. And I mean, just like, first of all, like validation from an artist, like I know it's not about being validated, but it definitely feels good to be validated, especially by somebody you respect. So that off the bat, like just knowing that people who I think are good think that I'm good is, especially at the beginning, it's definitely enough to keep you wanting to go on. I mean, over the years, I've met a few artists that have just, you know, told me like, just if you think you got something, go for it. Just go for it. I mean, shit. I've had people from like Graydon Square has told me that. He's given me pointers on timing and stuff, and just he kind of taught me not to be so verbose. There's room for pauses, and like, especially coming off of like being a double time artist, I've kind of like chilled out on how much songs I put out that are double time, just because I feel like I don't want to sacrifice fitting so many words into a verse for impact of that verse. And so, you know, just that's helped me with the way I look at kind of approaching my verses. Other than that though, just studying other artists that I really like has really done more for me than actually receiving, you know, physical advice. Just studying the artists that I listen to, the shit that I get into, it's kind of shaped the way I look at and approach how I write. I mean, for sure, like off the bat, it's therapeutic if you find something creative that you really like. But I guess even something creative is like, it's arbitrary, because, you know, like however someone does something that they do, they can make it creative. It's just what you're doing and like what you're passionate about. And so, but yeah, like I definitely feel like having a creative outlet at all is important. So I feel like without that, I feel like people who aren't creative tend to be more frustrated in general. Just right off the bat, are more frustrated than people who don't have a creative outlet. Whether it's like writing, even if it's like writing music, writing a book, whatever. Like whatever you do creatively, it usually helps take the edge off of, you know, the other just shit in life. Definitely, like just wake up, chill. I'm big into shows. Like I watch shows and shit. You know, like just different, whatever show I happen to be on. I play games, so that's definitely another thing I do. Smoke. So I guess it's just chilling. Like I'll just kick back. It's nothing extraordinary. Like if I have, I'll go walking sometimes. You know, like one of my friends likes to walk trails, so I'll go walk the trails with the homies, or I'll just chill at home. It's nothing glamorous.
Okay.
I just be playing hella video games and smoking weed and shit.
Hey.
So there, I mean, there's like 2 people that that's happened to with me recently, and one of them already kind of had a grasp of like rap and like just like the format of it, and I was more just teaching him how to like, he wasn't writing to beats and stuff, and I was teaching him just like it's easier to develop a flow if you have a beat, and then, you know, like it's just easier to get into like your own style, or for me it was. I know it's different for everyone, but so I just kind of helped him get into it. And it's funny because like he wasn't that great at first, and the past couple months he'll keep sending me stuff, and I'll start going through it after a while, and like I can see the progress. I can actually see this dude got better. And I have another friend that like is just starting to get into writing rap at all, and doesn't really have that big of a hip hop background. And I just spent like, I don't know, 2.5 hours the other day explaining to him what a chorus is, like how the value of a typical verse. He didn't realize it was 16 bars, and I had to teach him what a bar was. And shit like that's fun as hell to me. Like I like showing someone that, like teaching them, you know, every head nod is a quarter measure, every full measure is a bar, just the vocabulary and like the value of your standard verse, like, you know, 16 bars. The standard value of a chorus, which is 8. Unless you repeat it, some people repeat. He's a homeboy C gets.
Turd Fergie. Oh, damn right. He beat me too.
He's the fucking dog, man. He's just the homie. I met him through Grand Unified, and that whole era was one of the most exciting times in my hip hop career. I have yet to match that level of excitement in my career. That was more exciting than dropping my debut album. Partially because it took way too long to drop my debut album, but it is what it is. Yeah, I couldn't have met a better bunch of people. The ones that stuck around, I don't talk to everybody, but the ones that I still do talk to, they're either super cool, down to earth, hilarious, or super talented, like this fucking guy.
I'm alright.
He's all of the above.
Oh yeah, you know, I haven't really been working on any music, man. I've been chilling, trying to survive this COVID shit physically and mentally. Some of y'all might see me on social media panhandling. That's just what it is, you know what I'm saying? But I'm good, I'm alive, you know what I'm saying? I just might come back with an album, maybe, I don't know.
We hope.
Oh, you already know, I called you for that one joint,
yeah.
the other joint. So, I mean, I plan on work. Hey, look, you need to be talking to this guy right here. He's the future right here, man. This guy.
So, the latest track, the one I'm shooting this video for, is called Whole Earth Red. And it's, you know, it's just about having fun and like just doing kind of like whatever, you know, you go out, you know, it's like, you know, you've heard the saying, paint the town red. And this is just on a much larger scale than that, you know? It's just, you go out, you do whatever the fuck you want, man. Just fucking paint the earth red. Fuck the town. Go out there and paint the whole motherfucker red.
Hell yeah.